Got one out.
And escorted the other guy off the property.
Now you're afraid to come out.
I'm not coming out. This house is empty. This is my home. My locksmith is on the corner waiting to change my locks. And that's not fair.
I'm gonna tell you something. I already know how this is gonna end already. Once a person move in your property and they get mail there, they live there, even if it's rented them or not. Squatters also have law, and they know the law better than anybody else. But they only could play that shit in certain parts of New York. Now, I think this is Queens, right? But if this is Mount Vernon, they would have them out with the quickness, because landlords don't play that shit in Westchester. They only could do that shit in New York. Now, if you change the locks on the door, and they were allegedly living there or something like that, you're gonna go to jail. But let's see what happened.
It's not fair that I, as the homeowner, should be having to go through this.
How you doing?
Minutes later, a locksmith showed up, but police gave her a warning before they left.
I may end up in handcuffs today if this man shows up here and says that I have illegally evicted him. I said to them, let him take me to court the way I've been told to take him to court. But today, I'm not leaving my house.
Less than 10 minutes after police left and the locks were changed. The man who claims to be the one actually leasing the house shows up.
Call the police again.
With the other guy, police took off the property.
Do you see this? This guy just literally broke down my door.
That's one thing I like about Westchester. Westchester, they judge always sides with the landlord. You as a tenant gotta find yourself somewhere to go. Only in New York, because this place is so congested and so much paperwork gotta move around. In Mount Vernon, Westchester, you are out of there within you probably last maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, give and take a month, but not in Westchester, only in NYC.
Broke through myself and my daughter to get in here. This guy just forced himself into my house.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
And so did you.
Ma'am.
You broke through the front door.
Officer.
The man called the police on her.
So why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. You need to go to court.
They consider this a landlord-tenant issue. And by law,
But how is it a landlord-tenant issue and you never rented this fucking guy the place?
has to be handled through the housing court, not with police.
If you own this house, you would not want her inside.
I don't own the house. I don't own this.
Exactly,
Yes.
she does.
Yes, but then once again, you should know how the law works.
I do know how it works.
There's rules to the as you got to go to court and send me to civil court.
He says he signed a lease in October, but wouldn't tell it.
Yeah, but he can't show it because that person will be, charges will be brought against that person too.
With who?
I got proof longer than that.
Show us the proof.
Well, who are you for me to show? I showed it to cops.
Dan with Channel 7 News. If you don't want to show it, you don't.
You know that shit is kept. You know that shit is kept. Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
want to show
you,
it.
Come here, brother. I like that.
I would like to see it.
He didn't show me a lease.
This is a bill.
A bill for work he says he had done to the house. He didn't show.
Yeah, but you have no actual legal rights to be there. Like, show the paperwork that you got a lease from a broker or a real estate or whatever.
Police a lease either.
The police department doesn't have the lease?
No.
He's got no documentation.
Just bills.
So Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
Being arrested
For what?
Changing the locks.
for being in my
For changing the locks. You can't change the locks.
for being in my own home.
And where's your lease?
She's fighting the house. It's not her house anymore.
My
One thing I meant to say to you people is that if you have a place and a person get a mail there, once they get that mail there, it has to be like a credit card bill or like some bill of significance. Once they get that bill there, they pretty much live there. You can't get these motherfuckers out. That's what they're called, a squatter's rights.
deed is current and legal.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there.
So how does this all end then? When do you leave?
The way it ends is either she pays me my money that I put into the house, pay me the money, and I'll leave.
He probably put a few dollars in there. You have no rights to be in the person's home, but as I mentioned, squatters' rights. Once they get a mail there, sent there, something like that, that's going to be his defense.
Or send me to court, and we deal with the judge in court.